Hi, today we're going to talk about systems of equations, aka simultaneous equations. So we're going to look at a scenario to introduce this. So let's say a rocket is launched into the air and the function y is equal to a t squared plus bt plus c, where t is the time in seconds and a, b, and c are unknown coefficients, or what we like to call parameters. Represents the height of the rocket above the ground. If we have a table of values that the model must fit, we can use the points to make a system of equations so that we can solve for those parameters or those unknown coefficients. So we're going to use the calculator to do majority of this for us. So of course you will have to create your equations by substituting your points into the equation and simplifying, of course. But once you have created those equations, you can enter them into the calculator and have it solve the system for you. So once you have your equations created, what you will do is you will press the apps button. It's beside the math key, right near the alpha key. Once you press apps, you are going to go to the Polynomial 2 option. Once you do that, you're going to enter the number of equations and the number of unknowns. And then you're going to click next. And then you're going to enter in your system of equations. When it comes to entering in your system of equations, your screen will either look like this or it will look like this. Okay? If your screen looks like the first one, then what you are going to do is you're going to type your numbers in and you're going to change between addition and subtraction depending on which one you have. All right. If your screen looks like this, you are going to type in the coefficients. Remember, coefficients are numbers that are in front of your variables. Your coefficients are going to go on the left side of the vertical line, and the constants are going to go on the right side of the vertical line. The vertical line symbolizes the equal sign. Okay. So once you enter in your equations or your coefficients and constants, what you are going to do is you're going to press solve, which means you got to press the graph button, and then your solutions will be on the next screen. So let's do an example together. All right, so the example states that the table below shows the amount of water affected Q by pollution T days after a natural disaster has started. So it says Q and T are related by a cubic function. Q is equal to AT to the third power plus BT to the second power plus CT. Find the coefficients A, B, and C. So what we have to do is we have to create a system of equation using these points. So let's do it. So if I use the point 1, 3, I am going to end up with the equation after I substitute the values properly. 3 is equal to a times 1 to the third power plus b times 1 to the second power plus c times 1. And it ends up simplifying to be 3 is equal to a plus b plus c. Then I have my second point, which is 2, 6. And we're going to substitute those values as well. So we're going to have 6 equals a times 2 to the third power plus b times 2 to the second power plus c times 2. And when we simplify that, we will get 6 equals 8a plus 4b plus 2c. Then we look at our last point, 318, and we're going to repeat the same process. We're going to have 18 equals a times 3 to the third power plus b times 3 to the second power plus c times 3. And that will simplify to 18 is equal to 27a plus 9b plus 3c. So before I show you how to put this into the calculator and solve it, I want to draw your attention to something. You do not have to write this down. So let's say you have a system of equations and it says like 2x plus 4y is equal to 8. And then you have 4x plus 8y is equal to a negative 10. And I'm going to change that plus 8y to a minus 8y. You can put it in pretty form into the calculator and make it look just like this. However, if you have the matrix form, you will have to put it in like this. So 2 will be the coefficient of x, 4 will be the coefficient of y, 8 is the regular constant. In the second equation, 4 is the coefficient of x, negative 8 is the coefficient of y, and negative 10 is the constant. So when you put it in matrix form, the calculator automatically assumes that the numbers in the first column belong to the x, the numbers in the second column belong to the y, and then the numbers in that third column after the vertical line is going to assume that those are your regular constants. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how to put that in. All right, so let's show you how to put this into the calculator. So when you do this, you're going to press apps. You're going to scroll down to Polynomial mode 2 and press enter. It says here, press any key, press any key. I'm going to go to the simultaneous equation solver. It's asking me how many equations do I have and how many unknowns do I have. So from here, I have 3 equations and then I have 3 unknowns. So I'm going to press next, which means I have to press the graph button. And then my matrix pops up like this. So one thing that you should notice is that if you look at that vertical line, to the left of that vertical line, there are 3 numbers on each row, which obviously should tell you that we're talking about the values or the coefficients for the A, B, and the C's. There's only 1 number after the vertical line in each row, which should symbolize our constant. So you can rewrite your equations and swap the left side with the right side. So I will have A plus B plus C is equal to 3. I will then have 8A plus 4B plus 2C is equal to 6. And then I will have 27A plus 9B plus 3C is equal to 18. So I'm going to type in my coefficients since we have a matrix. So the coefficients of A, B, and C, since they're not written, are 1. So I'm going to have 1, 1, 1, and then a 3. For the second equation, I'm going to have an 8, 4, 2, and then I'm going to have a 6. And then I'm going to have 27 plus 9 plus 3, and then we're going to have an 18. So when I do that, I can press solve, which is I will have to press the graph button to get to solve. So when I press solve, I see that my solution is x1, which is in the place of A. That is going to be 3 over 2, or we can say that that is 1.5 in decimal form. It tells us that x2, which is the same thing as B, is equal to negative 9 over 2, or negative 4.5. And then x3 is the same thing as C, which is equal to 6. So those are our solutions. If you have a question, reach out to me, and I will be more than glad to assist you. Have a great day.